Let's look at 2 ways to change, replace, or remove the background of an image. This works both with generated images as well as with your own photos. For this episode, we'll use an image of a sporty woman stretching outdoors as our starting point, but we want to explore her in different backgrounds. Imagine we like the image, but we want to change what's behind her. There are 2 ways to do this. For the first one, we'll use the image generator. This method is easy to use, fast, and very reliable. To begin, drag the image into the references area above the prompt box. Since we're working with a person, we place it in the character slot. This tells the system to keep the subject consistent while we change what's behind her. To do that, a simple prompt is all we need. Let's place her in an outdoor gym. We write something like, change the background to an outdoor gym. You can add more detail if you want, such as specific machines, or in a particular, more detailed environment, but even a short prompt often produces strong results. Next, choose the model you prefer. In this example, we use Seedream 4.5, but you can also do it with Nano Banana Pro. Since models are constantly improving, we recommend testing different ones. Then choose how many variations you want, set your aspect ratio, and click Generate. Now we see several options set in an outdoor gym. Let's try another example. This time we want the same subject on a beach. We update the prompt to say, replace the background with a sunny beach. To keep the subject consistent, we also add, maintain the same proportions, and framing. We generate again, and now our runner appears on the beach. Another useful case is removing the background completely. If you're a designer and need a cutout, you might say, remove the background and make it transparent. Generate, and the subject is ready to be placed anywhere. You can also guide the background using an image reference. If you already have a background you like, drag that image into the References panel as an image next to the character. Then in the prompt, type the @ sign and select image 1, or the number corresponding to your image. You can say, use image 1 as the background, match the perspective, and keep the subject scale consistent. Generate again, and the system adapts the background to your image and aspect ratio. If the result isn't perfect, just generate again until you find the version you like. Alright, that covers the first method, changing the background from the image generator. Now let's move to the second option. Return to your original image and click Edit Image, which you'll find in the bottom right corner. On the left side, several tools appear. The first one is Replace. Replace works in a similar way as our first example, but now we'll edit inside the editor. You write a prompt describing the new background and generate. You can also add an image reference for the background and generate from that. This option is fast and convenient, but more limited. It uses a single default model with no option to change or select a different one. Next is Transparent. This removes the background with one click and creates a clean cutout. In some cases, the tool may ask to resize the image to meet model requirements. If that happens, you can always upscale later if you need a higher resolution. Since the result is similar to what we saw earlier, we won't go deeper here. Where background mode really stands out is with color. When you open it, you start with a solid background. You can switch between solid and gradient, and changes appear instantly. You can also customize your own colors, including start and end points for gradients. This gives you complete control over clean, minimal backgrounds. Finally, there's Adjust. Here you can fine-tune the background with options like blur, grayscale, sepia, brightness, and contrast. These controls are especially useful when you want subtle adjustments, but don't want to leave the editor. So here's how to choose. For maximum flexibility, stronger models, and creative freedom, use the image generator. For fast edits, clean cutouts, and precise color control, use background mode inside Edit Image. We hope these examples helped you understand both workflows and how to choose the right one for your needs. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.